What's up, everybody? So this is another new episode of Tyler Perry's Bruh on BET Plus, Season 1, Episode 14, On Thin Ice. This episode, I enjoyed this one because Bill is just literally on thin ice at this point. I don't blame John for trying to, speak the truth to Bill. You know what I mean? Because Bill is hell-bent on breaking up Regina's wedding. And I agree with John. You should not break up that girl wedding if you are not dead ass serious about wanting the same things that she wants. Like, she wants marriage. She wants children. And John wanted to make sure Bill was really, really ready for that before you burn this girl life to the ground. Like, you're talking about breaking up her wedding. And I do feel like Regina's somewhat happy marrying Peter, but at the same time, I feel like she's really in love with Bill. But she's just not trying to ruin what she got if he's not really ready. You know what I mean? Because she don't want to set herself up for another fall. And I totally get that, But what irritated me about Bill was when John was asking him, oh, she want kids. Are you really ready for kids? He was like, well, if having kids, he's talking about, he ready to be a father. If having a baby with her is what's going to keep her, then I'm willing to do that. See, that right there told me your ass ain't ready. Because you're just basically saying what you think somebody want to hear just to get them. But eventually you're gonna resent them, because if you're really not ready for marriage right now, you're really not ready for children. All of those things are major life decisions. Getting married, having kids, those are huge, because that's a huge step, and that's not something you should take lightly. But I feel like Bill is just saying all this because he wants Regina, so he's willing to give her everything she wants just to keep her. But it's like, this got to be not about what she wants; it got to also be about what you want. You know what I mean? Because not just a one-sided thing. Y'all got to be on the same accord. Y'all got to be on the same page. Y'all got to be reading from the same damn book. You know what I mean? And even Alice was in agreement with that shit. Alice was like, she agreed with John. Don't go busting up that girl wedding if you're not dead ass serious. But he keep telling himself, oh, I'm breaking up the wedding. I'm dead serious. So John gets home, and his mama got that damn stripper on their couch with his head all on her titties. I'm like, what is going on, bruh? Alice is a freak, yo. She just don't give a damn, and I love her. She just don't care. And John was like, yo, get him the hell out of this house. And Alice was like, I'm grown. She said, you ain't see the scarf on the door? He said, yeah, I saw it. She was like, that means I got a date. Get the hell out. See, I couldn't do that. That's why I was like, John need to go ahead and get his own goddamn apartment. I know he keeps saying that apartment is his apartment, but I'm like, bro, you just need to move. You need to move. You need to go get your own. You're a grown man. Your mama got some stripper all on the couch with his ass out and all his head between her titties. And I was like, So Alice was like, nah, we about to go to my room then. And they go in the room. This fool John about to sit down on that couch. Before he sat down, I was like, John, don't sit on that couch. Put some paper towel down. Put something down. Fumigate. Do something, because they, they had their body, their ass all on that couch. No, do not sit on that couch. So next thing you know, you hearing all these noises. They in there getting it in. Her and the stripper are getting it in. You hear furniture moving in that damn room. I was like, damn, her old ass be getting it in like that. I said, John was just not having it. He looked traumatized. I would be too. Can you imagine walking in on your mama in lingerie with some young dude that's your age and then hearing them having sex? Hell to the no. I would have been crying too. No, no. That's a sight that you just don't want to see. You don't want to hear. You don't even want to think of your parents or your parent having sex. That's just something no. That's not a thought that should cross your mind. You don't even want that in your mental Rolodex. No. So John ended up calling Tom to tell Tom about Bill crashing the wedding or whatever and what they should do. They need to, he's trying to get, first he called Mike, and, Mike is in bed or whatever. and he called Mike about it. Mike got a little attitude because he was hoping that it was Pamela calling him, but it was John calling him to tell him about it. And Mike honestly don't give a shit. He really think Bill shouldn't be, messing up that wedding or whatever, because he obviously don't like Regina. Mike don't like Regina. He don't want Bill marrying her or being with her. So he really wasn't really supportive. So John ended up calling Tom or whatever to let Tom know. And he was like, bro, we got to do something about Bill. He said, because he talking about stopping the wedding. And he was like, I guess the wedding is tomorrow night or whatever. I think they said something about the wedding being in the evening, but I could have sworn it was in the morning. I don't know. But, they just trying to be there as a support and comfort to Bill or whatever. Probably to try to talk him out of it or to talk to him and see if he's serious or whatever. Get the bros together. And, it's always good to have good friends. So when he hung up with Tom, John was still horrified because his mama was still up in that room getting it in. So he called Tom back, and Tom was like, bro, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, what you want? He was like, yo, can I come over and crash at your apartment? Tom was like, bro, I'm about to go to sleep. But Tom was like, all right. He said, I'll leave the door unlocked and put some pillows on the couch for you. So John ended up going over to Tom's place. And Tom's apartment is super nice. Like, that shit is nice. That's the you talk about a nice bachelor pad. I would love that. That is a nice ass bachelor pad. Like, and mind you, Tom is a doctor, so he does very well financially. And that apartment was just nice. Like, everything is immaculately put in its place. Like, beautiful. So John come up in there, sit down on the couch. So Tom comes out. And Tom was worried. Tom is still worried about the chick Valerie that he worked with at the hospital, because that chick is Looney Tunes. Like, she's nuts. She basically tried to go to his boss, the chief of medicine or whatever, the chief of staff, try to go to the chief and basically try to put it out there that Tom sexually assaulted her or whatever. Like, just putting it all out there. And Tom, in the previous episodes, he tried to defend himself to the chief, but it seemed like the chief was on Valerie's side. That's why I felt like Tom should have never slept with that girl. No. But Tom does have a recording of Valerie basically admitting that she lied about the sexual assault. So it's, he's in pretty good shape, but he's still worried about it because for the time being, he still got to work with that girl. He still got to go to the hospital and be around her. So it's like he's frustrated about that. But I'm like, you got the recording, so you should be good. That's why for me, I never encourage people to mix business with pleasure, because I've seen that happen so many times at my jobs and my old jobs and stuff, and it never works. Mixing business with pleasure always leads to drama. Never shit where you eat. Let's just put it that way. Like, you just don't do it. Because I'm telling you, some people can't keep their mouth shut. Some people catch feelings and get crazy. Like, it's just a whole fatal attraction. Don't do it. That's like, I'm just putting it out there. I've seen it backfire too many damn times. Don't do it. You setting yourself up. No. Don't. So Tom and John are talking and stuff, and Tom basically revealed that his couch was Italian imported, and he said his couch cost $8,000. I said, God damn. $8,000 for a couch? But the couch was nice as shit, but I was like, $8,000? Woo-wee. I mean, my couch probably cost maybe, $300-$400? I could never imagine spending that kind of money on a couch. I said, good Lord. $8,000. Damn. I can't wait for the day I make that kind of money to where I can buy something nice. I mean, I have nice furniture and stuff that don't cost me too much, because I'm a very frugal person to an extent. I splurge here and there, but I'm very frugal. I feel the urge to splurge sometimes, but damn, I could never imagine $8,000. So anyway, John and Tom were talking and stuff, and John basically, his goal is to franchise his sandwich shop. Like, he always wanted to franchise it and stuff like that. And I love how encouraging Tom was. I love the whole conversation that, Tom and John had, because that's the same type of conversations me and my friends have. Like, we always thought that at a particular age in our life, that our life professionally and financially would be in a certain position. But you know, as I get older, I realize that's not how life works. Like, it's really not. Life is such a journey. And it was funny because Tom was basically telling John, like, he did not know life was going to be this crazy. Like, he's blessed and happy about the life that he lives because he's a doctor and he can afford some nice things. But it's just some of the obstacles that you got to face. And, you know, he didn't know it would be this crazy. But I'm like, you know, that's the journey of life. Like, and I realized growing up and as I get older, it's, you know, things happen in your life, not on your time, but it happens on God's time. You know, it happens when it's supposed to happen. You know, I thought by 25 or something, you know, I would be in this great career making great money, but it didn't turn out that way. You know, I was making decent money, but it didn't turn out the way I had always envisioned. But sometimes that's just how life is. You know, it never comes out the way you want it to come out. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen that way. It just, you know, when it's your time to shine, it'll be your time, you know. But it ain't technically when you want it to happen. It's when the God wants it to happen. So you just got to keep working hard and manifesting your dreams and your visions and, you know, keep speaking it into existence and you know, good things will happen. So I did totally love that conversation. I really, really did. I thought it was a dope conversation. So anyway, moving on from that, Mike. So Mike, you know what I noticed? That's how you know these are a TV show, because they do not charge their phones when they go to bed. Like, Tom was in bed, Mike was in bed. Neither one of them had them phones on the charger. Tom had his on the nightstand. I'm like, y'all don't charge your phones before bed? I do that all the time. I did it last night. Like, every time before I go to bed, I charge my phone. I put it on the charger. I don't know who else do it, but that's just me. I do it. Even though my phone has a very good battery life, though. It really does. So Mike is basically tossing and turning in bed, texting Pamela, thinking about Pamela, texting her, talking about, oh, I think we should talk, come over. So Pamela, like, she's been dodging Mike because Mike and Pamela basically were friends with benefits. Because Mike is a womanizer. He sleeps around with a lot of different women, and now he done caught feelings for Pamela. And he don't know what to do with that. Because one minute he just wanted to be, you know, sex buddies, you know, just sex. Now he's getting jealous when he sees her out on dates and stuff like that. He's confronting her dates and acting all type of a fool. Like in public. Just acting a fool. Because he done caught feelings. So now he texting her to come over. So then he end up calling Fiona, the chick that lives upstairs from him. And told her to come down. Told her to come over. Because she was like, bruh, it's the middle of the night. I ain't about to come over. He was like, you act like you don't live upstairs. Come downstairs. He said, either you come downstairs or I'm coming upstairs. So she was like, all right, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So she come knocking on the door. This fool sitting over there by the dresser spraying on cologne. You know how we men do. When the booty call about to come over, we got to get spruced up now. You know, you start spraying on the cologne and you know, you got to keep it fresh. So that's what he doing. So he go open the door. She come in because she already know why he called her in the middle of the night to come through. Sex. But he told her, I didn't want sex. She looked at him like, what game are you playing? Like, what are you talking about? She was like, I ain't got time for your shit. So he was like, I'm dead serious. He told her, he said, I don't want sex. Basically, he wanted somebody to spoon with, to cuddle with, be in his bed, lay down with, a companion, basically. And when he said that, Fiona was like, are you in love with me? He said, no. She said, you sure? He said, I'm very sure. He let her ass know real quick, you're not the one I'm in love with. He is in love with somebody, but it ain't you. He just wanted you to be a bed warmer for the night because he don't want to sleep alone. That's really all it is. So Mike is starting to finally, like, his womanizing ways are catching up to him. He finally sees that he really wants a relationship. Like, because all that sleeping around with people, it gets boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets whack after a while. You want a real relationship. You want just one person that you can call every day and talk to and sleep with. And, you know, you don't want to keep balancing all these different damn people every day and sleeping with this one and that one, catching all type of STDs. And I said, hell to the no. So I'm glad, you know, Mike was like, all right, I need to, you know, figure my shit out and whatever. So that's basically what Fiona told him. Like, you know, you need to figure this out for yourself. So when she got up to leave, because Mike's sitting there talking about, oh, y'all women are a trip or whatever. And she was like, no, y'all men are a trip. So basically they were going back and forth about who plays games and who does this, men or women. My thing is, I can't say men play games or a woman play games. I think it's both. I have to be fair. I think it's both. Sometimes, because you do got some women out there that play games and you got some men that play games. Because basically what Mike was saying was, women always complain about men not opening up and talking about feelings, but now when he's opening up and trying to talk about his feelings, women run away. So I kind of get what he's saying on that one. But it goes both ways too. I feel like it's a lot of games being played on both ends. So when Fiona got up to open the door, Pamela was standing outside of the door. I said, ooh. And Pamela looked, she was like, I figured. She said, why is she opening up your door? So now Pamela thinking that they just got done fucking. I said, oh, the drama. Yeah, I love this. This is good drama. So anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought. And you can watch this on BET Plus. It comes out right now. They just did the mid-season premiere. So Tyler Perry and them, they dropped like 3 episodes today. Next week. So basically what they usually do is like 1 episode a week. So for the mid-season premiere, they drop like 3. So it's on BET Plus. Definitely check this out. It's a good ass show. So anyway, I'll see y'all all later. Peace.